But Njeru, as a second movement liberation veteran, one would say, you look at where we find ourselves today, multi-party democracy, the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Today, as a veteran, would you say that Kenya has achieved that which you sought out to give to Kenya at the time? Are you happy with where we are today?
Yes. It's good that I have met Dr. Minde talking about democracy. And one of the things that made us to move this society to be able to demand some of the rights and freedoms that we wanted, and more than that, to create Kenya into plural society, was that people were missing the democratic space and participation since 1969. And that all that time, we had been struggling to make sure that the de facto one-party state is done away with and introduce multipartyism. Right? But instead, in 1982, then they overturned all that again and created the de jure one-party state, meaning that the people did not have any way of assembling or creating themselves into groups that would be talking about democracy or political parties or whatever it is they wanted to do with the state in those days. So we moved to do this. And unfortunately, we decided that it could be done in any way. That from 1969, it had been done that way by force. Did away with democracy by force and made sure that you have changed the constitution to create KANU as the state party, meaning that it was extreme. That was more than communism. Communism that was loaded on us, as victims. Walikuwa natuita vinyangarika, ambao kazi yao ni kufuata wa Russia na wa China, But that is exactly what they were doing by creating Kenya to be a one-party state, right? So we were fighting to turn that out. Now then, what has happened since then? Democracy has got a problem. And it is good that people will continue to reflect on it, because majority of societies follow what the majority thinks. That is why everybody in politics wants to create waves, so that people can follow, like mob justice. Just follow, without thinking about the democratic values, the rights and freedoms of the people, and what ideas people are bringing to the table that can change society. And therefore, even after the 2A was removed from the constitution, democratically, Moi and his people created an environment where majority would be against the minority, and that minority was actually the right one, right? Up to this day we are talking about, what has been happening is majorities are doing a lot of things, but they are all against people's aspirations. People are complaining downstairs, and what happens? Then they have discovered that use of money is an easier way, to create themselves and maintain power. They get out there, take our money, take our own money from the taxes, from the coffers. They go and distribute to the same people that paid the taxes. And the people are very impressed because they've been kept ignorant, they have been kept poor, and therefore they wait for whoever gives them.